So is quitting the answer? I'll let you know today on Reinventing You. Hi, my name is Amelia Sims. This is Reinventing You, the channel where you can follow me as I go on a reinventioning journey. I post twice a week on Tuesdays and Sundays, but of course with modern technology, you can watch this video at any time. But no matter when you're watching, I'm glad you're here. Please give me a thumbs up so that I know that you appreciated something in this vlog and that I can tackle similar issues in future videos. So is quitting the answer, specifically quitting your job, quitting your marriage, quitting your home, livelihood? I can't answer that for you. Sorry. That's something that you have to really decide for yourself. However, I can give you some reasons why I quit my job. In other words, I retired early but don't have any income yet, why I did it. And you can also watch one of my very first vlogs up here if you want to know some specifics. Well, is quitting the answer? My answer was yes for the following 4 reasons. The first one was I was going to have to make a major change in my job anyway. I was going to have to relocate, and I had already been at the same location for 9 years, and I knew that this was going to be a big change no matter what I did. The second reasoning that I had about retiring early was that I had just reached the 20-year mark. That meant I was invested in the retirement, but I couldn't draw until I'm retirement age. So I decided this was a good time to make a change. The third reason that I said yes to quitting was that my husband still works and his income would keep us afloat at least for a reasonable amount of time. Although now that I look at our finances, I do panic occasionally, but I know that we're going to make it. And the fourth and probably most important reason for me quitting was something that you had 5 parts to it. Like I said, you can see that in the video that I posted earlier. The first one was I was burned out. The second thing, that I was stressed. The third, all that burnout and stress was going to lead me down a road that was going to get me in big trouble. I also felt like I was not being myself. I was not being authentic. I don't think that's a healthy thing for anyone. And last but not least, God was calling me to something new. I didn't know what that was yet, but I just knew that God was calling me to something else. Now, if you're answering the question for yourself, you might say, well, I'm not religious, or I'm nowhere near retirement, or it doesn't have to do with my job. It's got this relationship I'm in. I can't answer the questions for you. All I can do is present. These are the reasons that I decided to make this change in my life and reinvent myself. However, there are some things that I can recommend for you. The first one is, how closely to the edge are you? I mean, how serious are you feeling? Do you need a counselor or a group of some kind of group therapy? Whether it's Al-Anon or grief support group or something, is there some group that you can take advantage of? Or some counselor you can go and see and talk it through? Or maybe you think, well, maybe I'm dealing with some kind of depression. Maybe I need to see a doctor and be on some kind of medication. Now, that may be something that you need to address in your own life. The other question I would have for you is, are there other changes that you can make? Perhaps it's about your job. You can make a lateral move or get some other training. Sometimes even you can take a demotion. I knew somebody who was a social worker, and they had gone up into the management, so they were managing other social workers, but at some point they had to move across the country, and instead of trying to get the same job, they chose to just be a social worker because they just felt like the other was so highly stressful. If it's about a relationship, maybe you and your partner need to go to seek some counseling. As I mentioned before, maybe you need to seek some counseling. Maybe you just need to write down some pros and cons on a list. Communicate with your partner. See if there's something that you can do and work through, or just make some other changes that you think might be, set some new rules, set some new boundaries. All of those things can really help you in a relationship. Of course, the questions like, how will you live? What about insurance? What are you going to do? Those are all questions that you have to answer for yourself. Of course, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Right now, I am videoing this vlog, and having you come along with me for the journey, and I do appreciate that. I hope that this has been helpful for you in some way. I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up if that's the case, so that I know that I'm on the right track. And if you want to leave a comment below, just let me know what's going on with you, some of the changes that you are facing, or some things that you're having to ask yourself, should I quit this or that? So is quitting the answer? That's something you have to answer for yourself. But thank you for joining me today. My name is Amelia Sims. Have a great one.